I'm going to hit record now,
Got it.
and I'm going to pause it.
Could be anywhere in the world, and you're here with us today. So I'm very, very excited that you guys are here with us today. So basically, I'm going to go over just what we're going to be going through this week. And today is week 1, and it's about what do you think of yourself and why. And then I'm going to do just a little welcome of us with me and Brenda, go over the agreements, and she'll go over the slideshow with you, and do a little recovery invocation for us to get started, okay? So welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad that you're here. And I am Sarah Jean. I started this with Pastor Brenda. We were both in our recovery as well, so we're here with you. We are not your healers. We're here to be with you on our healing journey as we heal ourselves. So if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to always reach out, and we could be of your support system because we're a tribe together. Together we'll heal each other by ourselves while we heal ourselves. So basically my intention is to support and be with you on our healing journey together while we heal ourselves. And I am a breakthrough coach, and I can help your recovery with self-love, responsibility, and your inspiration towards your highest self for your highest good, because that's what my intention is for myself as well. Because we can always kind of relapse and go back on ourselves with feelings, right? And those feelings will make us want to use something in an addictive pattern. So I'm going to read this little invocation about recovery and bring the angels and bring that with us. So the angels want us to regain the use of our divine inner peace that we were born with. Most addictive behavior starts in an attempt to regain inner peace, yet it ends up doing quite the opposite. An addictive pattern are not necessarily a weakness or a disease. They result from not using our mental ingenuity to solve problems and from forgetting to recognize that spiritual help is always available from the angels. With the angels as recovery agents, we are guided to regain our mental peace, which will bring us out of the recovery trap of illness and disease, and send us into living with lighthearted and positive feelings of our natural state of being. Most of us start our day hoping it will be good or productive. Many obstacles get in the way, but if we recognize that we have the mental strength and the help from the angels to deal with little problems quickly and carefully, we can regain control of our mental peace each time the bombardments of the day catch up with us. We can create happy moments free from past memories of illness and weaknesses. Wake up with the angels and choose to recover your mental peace at every turn in your day. Here's a reflection. I will use my mental ingenuity and the angels to help me recover the beauty and truth that I was born with. One thing that really has helped me on my recovery path is, when I'm asking these, wise questions, I found out that I was always getting my answers rather than being the how. How can I be with love, and how can I do that with love instead? Because God gives us the opportunities that come forward. Like, how can we do that differently? How can I see it differently? How can I be it differently? Rather than, why does this keep happening to me? Because we realize that it's not happening to us, it's happening for us and through us when we bring the angels with us. So welcome, Brenda. I want to get started with our agreements and our slideshow. And welcome, everyone. So glad to be here with you.
So hi again, welcome, welcome. I'm Pastor Brenda. I'm the founder of Solutions of Recovery, and we are so glad you chose to be here and that you've chose yourself today, and you've chose to discover a better way to recover and to heal. So the intentions for the group is to assist each other in remembering love and the truth of who we really are. A weekly homework discussion and the assignment for the next week. Connection with like-minded individuals, remembering love is all that exists, and to release the limiting beliefs that created our addictions. And that's the intentions of the group, and that's what Solutions of Recovery is created for, to provide you that safe space to regain the truth of who you are, to remember the truth of who you are past all the limiting beliefs and all the anger and the hurt and the trauma that you've been through in your life, so that you don't have to carry it through the rest of your life. We want you to have that freedom from not just the addiction, but from what created the addiction. Because if we can heal what created the addiction, then we've healed the addiction and you're free from that struggle for the rest of your life. So why are you here? That's a great intention to set at the beginning or right before each meeting every week. Why are you here? Why are you coming to this meeting? What are you looking to get out of it? What are you willing to give to it? And why we are here. Well, I just described to you why we were here. We're here to stand in the truth of love, and we're here to stand in your truth to see you rise to your highest and greatest self, because we already see you as your highest and greatest self, no matter how you see yourself. So we have a Solutions of Recovery participation agreement. And we just ask that you commit to this agreement for yourself, not for us, because you're not taking this program for us, you're taking it for yourself. You're taking it because you're at a point in your life where something's got to change and something's got to give, and you've come seeking answers. So we ask that you require that this agreement requires a 3-month commitment. You have a weekly workbook activity, 1 weekly classroom discussion. That's what we're in right now. And then 1 weekly breakthrough Zoom call per week. And that will be on Fridays at 6 p.m. And we will go through limiting beliefs. And each one of us will be able to release a limiting belief that has been showing up in our lives that week and affecting our belief in ourselves. Oh, I went too many. Just a second. Let me get this thing to work here. I went too many slides. I went too many slides. So number 1 is you agree to believe you deserve healing and truth. Number 2, you agree to openly face the events that shaped your beliefs about yourself and feel them to heal them. Number 3, you are in a safe place. You can trust yourself and receive your truth. Number 4, we will provide, me and Sarah Jean, and each of you will provide each other with love and support. Number 5, we will provide you with the truth always. Number 6, we will not lie to you or conform from the truth for you or with you, which means that we will not allow, not that we won't allow, but we will not conform from your truth. No matter how hard you're trying to conform from it, we're going to continue to stand in the truth that you are love, and that love is all that exists, and that you are a perfect creation of the Most High God. So number 7, we will offend you and trigger you, so you can learn to identify your triggers and heal them. Number 8, we will provide you a safe place to identify what limiting beliefs cause the triggers and feel them to heal them. Number 9, we will provide you with the truth in every limiting belief about yourself, because we see who you are already. Whether you can see your truth in this moment or not, we already see you for the creation you are. Number 10, we will hold you accountable for setting and achieving goals and meeting them. And not just setting and achieving goals, but setting achievable goals. Not setting goals that you can't achieve, that there's no way possible to handle or maintain. We're going to help you break down your goals so that you can set achievable goals for yourself that's easy to accomplish and easy to achieve. And we're going to assist you in learning how to do this for yourself as we give you these tools. So number 11, we will assist you in this program. We will not do any of the above for you. I cannot heal you. Sarah Jean cannot heal you. Only you can heal you. We can provide you breakthrough tools to heal yourself and to stand in truth and love for you always. You must want to heal and apply the tools in the space I provide for you. I cannot force you to use them, and I will not force you to use them. I provide this space, and I provide the tools, and I provide you with your truth, and I stand in it, and it's your choice to stand in it and choose it with me. So I ask that you write this down if you have a pen and paper handy with you. The word commitment. And I'll leave this up here for a little bit for you guys, but the word commitment, I, Pastor Brenda, and you'll apply your name here, not mine. I, whatever your name is, believe I am worth it. I will get what I put in, and I am choosing to give my all. And this is not a commitment to me, and this is not a commitment to Sarah Jean, and this is not a commitment to Solutions of Recovery. This is a commitment that I'm asking you to make to yourself, because those are the commitments that matter, are the ones that we make to ourselves and that we stick to and that we believe we deserve. And I want every one of you to know here today that I know and I believe that everybody deserves freedom, and that freedom is possible. And I will stand in that truth for you. And I will stand in the truth that you are an amazing creation and that we can heal whatever has created this trauma if you will open yourself up and be vulnerable to it. And some of it, I'm not going to lie to you, is going to feel uncomfortable. Some of it's going to bring up pains and past hurts, but we've got to get them up and we've got to feel them to find our truth in them. And I want you to know right now, before you ever get started in this 12 weeks, that you are more than what happened to you, and you are more than what you've done. And you're not any of the labels that you've give yourself based around those things or those beliefs that you have. And that's the truth that we see in you already, the truth that you're not what you've labeled yourself, and you're not the trauma, and you're not the events that created the addiction. So the 4 steps to freedom that we believe here at Solutions of Recovery is, number 1, we believe love is all that exists. Number 2, surrender your belief system about yourself to love. Number 3, believe you are created in the image of your Creator, who is love. Number 4, remember you are love and you can't be anything else but love, and there's nothing you can do to change that truth. And those are the 4 main steps to freedom in the Solutions of Recovery program. And we will help assist you in learning. We will give you the tools to step into this truth as you work this program, and you'll begin to become a part of these 4 steps to freedom, because you'll begin to believe them within your soul and within your heart as you release these beliefs about yourself that aren't true. This truth will be able to sink in, and it will be able to shift and change your life if you allow yourself to believe that these 4 steps is the only truth that exists. So again, welcome to Solutions of Recovery, and that is my little slideshow presentation. So I'm just going to stop this, and we're going to take some sharing. Let me find my stop share button. Did that stop the share? Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I'm not the best technology bug, but I'm learning and I'm getting there. And believe it or not, everything's possible when you believe nothing's impossible. And I just found this saying, and it's become my new favorite saying and my new life model, that nothing's impossible, because if you break impossible down into 2 syllables or 2 words, it just says I'm possible. And if you believe that you're possible, then anything in this world is possible, and everything's possible. So anytime that you come onto a situation that you believe is impossible and that thought pops in your head, just always stop and remember to break impossible down to I'm possible. And that'll shift that negative into the positive powerhouse that you are, and it'll give you the power you need to go within and make it through any situation if you believe it's possible. And that is how we have went within ourselves and healed addiction, by believing that it was possible. That was the very first step for me and for Sarah Jean, and that's the very first step for everyone in recovery, to have just even the slightest belief that recovery is possible for them, and the slightest desire to recover. And that's where it begins. And that's where we've all began at, that's ever been in recovery, or that's even beginning to think about that's even beginning to think about going into recovery, right? So we all begin at that first point. So I've been there, Sarah Jean's been there, and we've been through the journey that we're going to teach and we're going to assist you on. So when you're on this journey and you're feeling alone and you're feeling lost, know that you're not alone and you're not lost. You're right where you're supposed to be. And that many times on this journey, I have felt lost and I have felt alone, and Sarah Jean has also. And you're not lost and you're not alone, because we're right there with you, because we've been in those lost and alone moments ourselves. So reach out to us when you're in those desperate moments. That's what we're for. That's what this group is for. We're not just here for on Mondays and for Fridays. If you need us, reach out to us. We love you. We want to support you. That's what we created this Recovery Center program for. And even though it's online and we're not in person, we're still connected with you, and we still want you to be connected with us. So I'm going to open up the floor for some open share. I'd like you to introduce yourself and set your intention for the evening, like Sarah Jean did and like I did at the beginning of the meeting. And we'll go into the homework discussion after that. So I'm going to mute myself and ask you to unmute yourself at one at a time and introduce yourself, and let's get to know each other a little bit.
I don't know. Hello?
Hi, go ahead, Christy.
Oh, I can't hear you guys, so I'm trying to figure it out. I had it on Bluetooth. I can barely hear you, and I can't figure out how to. I can turn the car back on, I guess. I can't figure. Or maybe I turned the Bluetooth off. I mean, as soon as I disconnected the phone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're good. So
I can't
just
really
introduce
hear
yourself
y'all.
and then say why you're here
Try
and
that. No, it's not.
what intention.
Well, I'm Christy. I don't know what to say. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. That I'm a recovering addict.
You don't, whatever you want
I've
to
been
say, what
over a month
intention.
sober. Let me try. I really want to be able to hear you. Meeting settings, maybe. Okay. Stop and come and show my meeting topic. I don't really know, guys. Sorry. Somebody else maybe.
That's okay.
I forgot I was
We'll
muted
figure that
from.
out. Why won't we let somebody else step up really
This is
quick?
annoying me though. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you for just a minute, Christy. You can still hear
Yeah.
us, but we won't be able to hear you talking yourself through getting sound back. And we're gonna let someone else go, and then we'll come back to you, my love. All right. Would you like to share a little bit about yourself, Ricky? Ricky, I'm sorry.
Okay, there I go. Hi. I'm
Hi.
Ricky. I'm Ricky. I have been on and off recovering, back on, back off. Just can't seem to stay, completely off. And, I've been trying different things, and there's just a lot of stress in my life that continues to make me go out and drink and do, stuff. And I'm just kind of over it. I'm too old. And, my kids are, I don't have the best relationship right now with them. There's been a lot of things happening over the last 2 years. And I just need to be a better role model for them. This is their last year here at home. Well, and maybe my daughter at least is going to college next year. And, I just want to be the best that I can be, and the best mom that I could be, the best person that I could be, and just really get my crap together. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Yep.
Thank you, Ricky, for that vulnerable share. I appreciate that.
That was very beautiful. Thank you so much, Ricky. And we're proud you're here. We're glad you're here. And we're here for you. And we want you to know that, we're going to assist you and be by your side through this program. And we're going to get to dig down in and identify those triggers and identify how to deal with this stress without going back and using as we go through this program. And it's something that takes a little bit of practice, and it's 100% completely possible to achieve, because I achieved it. And I have been in the program for over 20 years in recovery, and I've went in and out and in and out, and I went through all the choices and the reasons and the stress. And through this program, when I learned it, I've been able to release all that. So now when a stressing moment comes up, I can dig down into my heart and grab those tools to counteract the thoughts that I'm having, because that's where our true battle is. It's in our mind, and it's in the thoughts we're having, and we're making and what we're making them mean about ourselves. So once we get to the heart of that, we can dig in there and we can get rid of those thoughts, and we can have the positive reinforcements to counteract them when they do come up.
Right. Right. That leads me to share a little bit about myself. I've been an addict my entire life, ever since I was even a little girl. I started off drinking and smoking cigarettes when I was 13, 14 years old. And I'll tell you this, I haven't stopped being addicted. I'm addicted now to just different things. We have an addictive personality. And I'm now addicted to my recovery. I'm now addicted to working out. I'm now addicted to eating healthier, to focusing my attention on different things that lift my spirit. Because those things that I was coping with really did hurt that bad. And those things that did happen to me, it really was bullshit. And it was very fearful. And those things really did hurt. And that's what I was trying to. And, you know, I was a better mother. I got 2 kids. There's one, my son, Cade. Hi. And my daughter, she's about to be 14. And dealing with kids that are teenagers, it's not easy. You know, we want to be the role model, the person that they can look up to. And I was still growing up myself, and they were my teachers, to actually become a better person in and out for them. And I did everything. I'm talking about like hallucinogenics to methamphetamine. I was shooting up, and there was just something that happened that pushed me into a different trajectory. I got a dream about a friend who was using, and it all was real. I called him up and I said, I haven't spoken to him in 17 years. I barely even knew him, right? And I realized he was using heroin. I've never done heroin, but it didn't mean that I wasn't sticking needles in my arm, and it was the same thing that was happening. We were both killing ourselves. And so I was being shown what I was doing. And I just got the opportunity just about a week ago to show him what he did for me, because I was able to never pick up a needle after that day because something else came through. I saw a light being sucking the poison out of his arm. And it was like, you know, it was just a very transcendent space. And I'm like, something else is happening here. Something bigger than you or me or anything is happening here. And I was able to witness that. And I stopped picking up the needle, and I found earth waking, and I still relapsed. I'm not saying I didn't smoke meth or do any of that, and I did. And I came to my truth. I told my family, I told everyone. And the more that I was able to talk about it, the more that I released it, the more that I was comfortable with why was this happening, because the coping mechanism, the addicted personality, was to cover up the feeling that I didn't want to feel anymore, because that feeling really did hurt that bad. And you have to feel it to heal it. And I realized that all those things that I was carrying from when I was even a little girl were the memories of things that had happened to me, or the terror that happened to me. And I was able to release all of those things. And then now, having the awareness of why that coping comes up, I choose now to be addictive in different things, into my books, or you know, supporting or reaching out for breakthroughs, or reaching out for help, or getting meditation, or being with God, sitting with God, just like, how can I see this differently? How can I be differently right now with you? And those tools that came, you know, was other people and the support system that I had, and it was my soul tribe, you know. So the connections that we share in this group, they're authentic, they're real, they're passionate, and we're here for you, you know, because you're for me. Like right now, you're here for me to be able to speak like this, and to be able to confront that ego part of myself that helps me not want to relapse anymore. So I thank you for being here. And that's the reason why I keep choosing myself and keep choosing that higher person. So I love you guys.
Thank you for that beautiful share, Sarah. That was amazing. And that was a lot like my journey. I found Earth Waking a year and a half. That's where I discovered my truth at. And I've worked their programs for a year and a half now, and out of everything that I've learned from them, out of everything I've learned on how to release, is what I've based and built the Solutions of Recovery program out of. And so that's how I can set and say today that I know the program works if you work it and you dive down into it. And I'm not going to say that I didn't have moments throughout this year and a half that I wanted to use, because I was diving down into some pretty deep moments. Like, I had to go through childhood molestation, and it was my mother and brother that molested me. I had to deal with my father denying that truth. I had to deal with being abandoned by my mother after the truth was exposed. And then, you know, it just went on. It progressed from there through unhealthy relationships and drugs and alcohol, and then blaming myself for being a bad mother because I didn't know how to cope other than drugs and alcohol. So I have fully been through every feeling and every limiting belief I have about myself. And I do want you to know that the journey may be bumpy along the way, but at the end of the bumps, we're always going to provide you with your truth. You're never going to leave a meeting or a breakthrough or a phone call with one of us not knowing your truth. You're going to have it to take away with you. And that is one thing that I, as the founder of Solutions of Recovery, will guarantee you, that at the end of every meeting, you will leave with your truth to fight and to battle with during the week. So I'm going to go into the homework now. I'm not going to share this screen, but I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. So this is our workbook, and you, I'll get with you, Riki, and get your email. And Christy, I believe I have yours, but I'll probably get yours one more time and make sure you both have the first 4 weeks of the workbook. So the workbook is, the name of our workbook is...
One second, Brenda. 1 second, Brenda. Andrea, did you want to introduce yourself and speak first before we go into that?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot you, Andrea. I didn't mean to.
That's okay. That's okay. That's why we're both here. We've got each other's back.
My name is Andrea, and I'm a sovereign being. I'm here to remember that and realize that I have the full power of God within me, and we all do, and I do not have to use something outside of that to remember it. Thank you.
Thank you,
I
love.
love you, Andrea.
I love you so much, girl. Andrea's been with us for about a year and a half also. She's just an amazing lighthouse of love. And, you know, she's on the same road we all are, on the road to finding our truth and who we are. So to answer, oh, Christy, did you find out how to hear us before I move on to the homework? Because I really want you to be able to hear the homework. Christy. Christy. This is the only thing that I don't like.
Yeah, I'm here.
There you are. All right. Would you like to introduce yourself now, love?
Yeah, sure. So I recently have been I don't know. Yeah, I've been an addict, I guess, my whole life. Came out of the womb hungry with sucking blisters and 11 pounds. So I have an oral fixation, and I'm hungry now. I'm trying to reprogram my own addictive personality with being addicted to being healthier, you know, and turn the frowns upside down and the the sadness into gratitude and the faith of a mustard seed, all the good stuff. And I have been sober now for over a month because I almost blew my heart up. It's working at 15 to 20%. I have another test on the 18th. We'll see if it's working any better. But yeah, pretty much was 175 pounds and lost 40 pounds of fluid in a week. I was freebasing cocaine, and I think that then I started getting street drugs. I'm pretty sure it was just meth and fentanyl and God knows what, some kind of vacuum cleaner stuff, Ready Whip, I don't know, but it was going down pretty good. I started going to, I went to some naturopath doctors. I went to a lady that does medical intuitive lady and all these things, man. And luckily I had a lot of prayer warriors and a really good family. And so the struggle, like you before, when I would quit, I would have these awful dreams. And it was way harder to quit anything, even cigarettes. And so like we can raise our vibration. I'm also a Qigong teacher. It was easier to quit. So if you are struggling, it's really good to get somebody to pray with you that I said, Mom, why is it working so much better when this lady prays with me? And she said, well, the Lord hears the prayers of the righteous, which means right doing. And I know I really wasn't doing all that right stuff. And I know that love is all there is. It's the only thing that won't fall away. So, but it's really awesome to be with some prayer warriors. And I'm really working on healing myself and being a better prayer warrior for all of us, because we all are connected. And I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be here. And I will ramble on and on until you tell me to stop. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Christy.
I feel a little pushed and a nudge by God right now to speak. And that was a beautiful, beautiful share, Christy. And I want to let you know that you are right. You are right where you need to be, right where you're always supposed to be. And you did it the way that you knew how. And to be honest with you, it's going to be your weakness.
I can't hear you. The phone's
Your
breaking up.
greatest weakness. That's okay. Your greatest weakness is going to be your greatest strength, because you're going to help a bunch of people that are just like you. So you're right where you need to be, always. It's just time now that you're getting the push to do what's right for yourself. But you're always right until you're right again. Okay?
I love that. Thank you for sharing and listening to the spirit and speaking as it asks you to speak. And, that's a space that we invite into this meeting space before you guys arrive. And we invite the spirit in, whatever you may call the spirit, if you call it God, if you call it source, if you call it Mother Nature, whatever you believe or whatever you describe as love in your life. But we bring that into these meetings before you guys arrive, because we want your truth to be spoken through us, from spirit, from love, straight from love. It's not coming from us, it's coming from the truth of love. And I want you guys to know that when we're speaking to you, some of it's coming out of our experiences, but most of it's coming from the true spirit of love and what love wants to provide and give to you. And if you can open yourself up to just begin to believe that love has a solution for you, it has a solution to heal you, and we're here to provide that space for you to receive your healing. So I just want you to know you're always safe here, and there's no judgment whatsoever coming from any of us here toward anybody else. We don't require you to claim you're an addict here. If you need to express that you have an addiction or that you're recovering or healing from addiction, that's your choice. It's not something that we make you stand up and say every meeting. You're not going to be required to introduce yourself as an addict, because we believe that addiction is 100% healable. And just a moment. Well, go tell Mama to get you some strawberries. That's my little granddaughter, you guys. Where was I at? So we don't want you to stand and use your I am power for a negative force. And when you apply your I am power, that's the full power of God. That's the full power of love. So when we're applying that power, we really want you to apply it in your truth. And that truth is you are a perfect creation of God, just as you are. And with everything that you've been through in your life, even through the addiction, it was still a perfect creation of God. And to bring you on the other side of it is a perfect creation of God. And all the steps in between that is still a perfect creation of God, no matter how bumpy the road may be. It's still a perfect creation of God, because there's steps that we each have to learn. And sometimes my steps are going to be a little bit different than your steps, and the things that I need to learn and you need to learn are going to be a little bit different. So the road for each of us looks a little bit different, but the destination is the same. And that destination is to remember the amazing creations that we are within ourselves, and that we are more than the addictions that we've lived through, and we're more than the traumas and the things that's happened to us. We're so much more greater than all of those things. And that's what I'm here for, is to stand in that truth of your greatness and of the greatness of all humanity. If to give this message of love and truth to everyone seeking it. And that's what God's called me to do. Whew, I got a little choked up there. You're gonna have to let me take a breath before I can get into this homework, because whew,
That was so beautiful, Brenda. So beautiful. Just remember, take a deep breath in and then let it all go.
that's one of our greatest tools here in Earth Waking in solutions of recovery, is breathing. And I don't know if any of you guys are like me, or like I was, but I had taken away the permission to allow myself to breathe. So like I told myself that even breathing for me was wrong, and that my breathing hurt other people. So I had to learn to give myself permission to breathe again, and to just be in the breath of each moment, because that's really what brings life into us. And I got to the point to where I had so much hate for myself and for life that I would hold my breath until I absolutely had to breathe, that my body forced me to take that breath. So the breath work, and we'll get into some of that through our classes and through our breakthroughs, our breakthrough classes. The breath work is very important. Give yourself permission to breathe again. It's okay to take a good deep breath in and to blow it out with feeling, with sound. Let that sound and that feeling and that emotion come out with it, because as you do that, you're giving yourself the permission to breathe, and you're giving yourself permission to voice sound, to allow your voice to come out, for sound to come out of your heart. So those will be some of the tools that we'll also be teaching you.
Yeah, lots of resources too that are going to be given to you all as well. Things that have helped me on my journey. Same with Brenda, and also same with you guys. We're in this journey together. So if you guys have resources or any type of insight, because we're all sovereign beings, we all have, gifts and unique talents and unique resources. So anything that you could help that will provide that space inside of Solutions Recovery, either on the Facebook group or to share here, you're more than welcome to, because we're all in this together.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you for sharing that, Sarah. And that is something that we want you guys to give to us and to each other in these meetings. If one of us is struggling and you have a solution that you've been through and you've found results from it, we ask that you please share it with us, and so we can incorporate it into how we assist others into freedom. Because like I said, everybody's journey is different, and each one of us is here for a different purpose, and each one of us has a special gift that we get to give back to the world. And sometimes it takes a whole village to reach the world, and that's what we consider ourselves here, as a village, a tribe. We're a family, and even though you don't know us yet, you will get to know us, and you'll begin to believe that we are really who we say we are, and we're really standing in this truth for you and for ourselves, and everything we do and everything we give is for the improvement of others as we improve ourselves with the tools. So know that every tool we're providing you, we've used and we've found results in. And we ask that you do the same. If you have a tool that we don't know about, please share it with the group, because it's every seed planted is important. And every seed planted is a tool that somebody else can use to set themselves free. And that's what Solutions of Recovery is all about. It's about freedom. It's about freedom and gaining that love for yourself and the love for life back. So does anybody have any shares before we go into the homework here? We've got still a little time. Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to get into the homework if there's no shares or questions. Go ahead, Andrea.
Will you pray?
Yes, we will pray. What are you needing right this moment? Is there a specific that you're wanting us to pray for?
I know my truth, and I keep running from it. And I think I have to. I keep thinking I have to show it on the dark side and be the light in the dark. And I need to try to be the light here now, like with you all.
We are the light in the dark. My mom always said that was our purpose, to be a light in a dark place. We're in this world full of darkness and Babylon, or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And I want to pray for you now to strengthen your unknowing that knows that you are a light in a dark place all the time. And it doesn't matter if you're going down to hell and back, because if you go to hell and back, you get so full of hell sometimes you can't help anyone else get out. And it gets to where you can't even help yourself, and you need help getting out. And that's why we're here. And I have gone to some dark places, and it took me in the hospital about to die before I could quit and get out and realize, how clear you can be, and how much it's like all this real open real estate was in me. Like I hadn't been inside myself fully, even though there was that part of me that sounds like you, like, pray for me, hear me. Like I felt like I was there, like that's me, I'm in here, it's me, I'm here. But it's like now that I've been sober for just over a month, a few days over, it's like all this for years now. And it's like all this open real estate, all this me has come back in. The Christy that's in here, that little part that I thought, no, that's me and that's me all day. But now it's like all these people, it feels like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's you can fill yourself up so much more. And I pray for you for that. I pray that the truth is within you, that anything that is binding you or holding you, that's not truth. Freedom is truth. And the freedom to fill you fully full of your own breath of life, the creator source that gave you life, that you can fulfill your life's purpose, why you allowed yourself to even be born, why you choose to continue to live, that you are able to live that most full and that you can feel that support. That's my prayer for you. Thank you for letting me pray for you. Thank you for asking for prayer.
Thank you,
Amen. It's
Christy.
perfect.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Christy. Sarah Jean, do you
Thank
have
you.
anything you want to add to that?
I do. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray that you're with Andrea in the midst of her burdens and her triumphs. I pray that you give her strength when she's needing your refuge, to be there to call upon you and ask you to be there with her, and how love would have her act and be in that moment for herself and for her highest good. I pray that you give her the wisdom and the clarity at that moment to know exactly what to do for herself, and to give herself grace through those moments that she didn't. And that to know that you're always by her side to help her get through. And I pray that in Jesus' name, amen. And so it is.
Amen. So it is. So it is. So it is.
I also
Andrea?
put some, Andrea, I'm feeling I put something inside of Solutions of Recovery today, and it's cord cutting. You have a lot of energetic cords that are attached to you. Some of them are good. Some of them, it's both, where we're receiving energy from people and where we're giving energy from people. And right now, I think you need to be completely with yourself and to feel your energy and yourself
Yes.
being completed with your truth and your
Yes.
power. I would go on that. There's by Caroline Stewart, and it's a meditation cord cutting process, and to get your inner smile back. There's 5 meditations in there that'll help you reclaim your truth and your energy. So it's on
Well,
Solutions
that's
of
giving
Recovery.
me goosebumps all over.
Yeah, it has, and it's been a very big help for me as well. So those are very powerful, energetic transmissions. So it'll really help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I
How do
love
you
that
find 'em?
resource. It's on the Solutions of Recovery Facebook group. You're a member of the group, Christy, so you should be able to
Yeah,
go on there and see them.
I post I post something from my Angel Wisdom book every day in there, and today's message was about warmth, and so I basically, put it right underneath there. I did a little invocation about what energy does and energy cords do, and then there's the little resource page on the bottom of it, and it shows you exactly the resource. You can just click on it; it'll take you right to it. But it's on the warmth message today. Yeah.
Okay.
Heck yes, heck yes. So what I'm really feeling, the connection that I'm feeling, that Spirit is wanting you to know right now, that even in this state that you're in this moment, and the weakness that you're feeling, that the Spirit of God, the Spirit of truth, and the Spirit of love is still standing beside you, and it still has a hold of your hand. Love is never going to let go of your hand, and love is there to comfort you. And right now, love wants you to rest. Love wants you to rest and regain your strength, and to know as you're resting that you're safe. You're 100% safe. and you can rest your body and you can rest your mind and you can be at peace knowing that love is right there. You're not alone and you're never going to be alone. And so it
Thank you.
is. And so it is. Yes, so it is. All right, so I'm going to get it into this homework real quick. So our workbook is called How Your BS Can Make or Break You. What BS am I talking about? I'm talking about your belief systems. What you believe about yourself can make you or break you. And this is what this workbook is designed to do, to identify your beliefs about yourself. So you attract what you believe you deserve. So if your beliefs about yourself are negative, then that's the life you will produce because that's what you believe you deserve. And if your belief system and your thoughts about yourself are positive, then that's the life you will attract because that's the life you believe you deserve. And again, this is going back to what I was referring to earlier as your I am power. When you're using your I am power, the full force of God, and you're applying negative behind it, you're applying the full force of God in a negative form. And therefore, that's what you're putting into the universe to receive back. But if you shift those belief systems, and you use your I am presence in the positive form, I am a powerful creator, I am love, I am light, I am connected, then you're putting that positive I am presence of God into the universe, and that's what you will receive back. So we build our lives around what we believe about ourselves. And this workbook is intended to identify our BS so that we can receive our truth. We can't change our belief system about ourselves if we don't first identify what it is and where it came from. And you may be operating on someone else's belief system. Sometimes our belief systems are handed down from generation to generation. And you may not even know where you received it from. It may just be something that you began to believe one day or think one day. And as you began to think it more and more, it became something that you believed. So diving into this belief about yourself and your life is where we begin in the Solutions program. From there, we will examine our truths, the truth of who you really are, and the truth of who you really are is now and always will be pure, unconditional love. So love is never ending. It has always been, it will always be, and there's nothing you have ever done and there's nothing you can ever do to fuck that up. There's nothing you can do to stop love from existing. There's nothing you can do to make it not exist. Even not believing in love still does not make it non-existent because love is all there is. So that is what our workbook will be designed to give you, and the tools in it are designed to provide you to identify the limiting beliefs about yourself, to identify where the belief systems came from that created the addictions. So our first lesson, our first week's homework, love is all there is. Oh, I love that. I love that, Christy. I love that mug. I have one that it says peace on it, and then it has love and joy and all the fruits of the spirit on it that I like to drink my coffee out of every day. So the homework exercise is, what do I think of myself and why? This will be our very first lesson. So the overview of this lesson is what I want you to do is to make 2 columns on a sheet of paper. And I want you to find a quiet place to reflect, where if you can get where you're alone and by yourself and put on some good music or some uplifting or I am positive reinforcements, whatever puts you in that relaxed, connected state with yourself other than drugs. I'm going to throw that in there because I know at some times in some points that the drugs actually made us believe that we were connected with ourselves, but in reality, they were disconnecting us with everything, including who we truly are, which is love. So anything other than that, get in your happy place, in your calm spot, get centered within yourself, and make these 2 columns on the sheet of paper. And I want you to label 1 column positive and 1 column negative. And I want you to put all the positive beliefs you have about yourself in the positive column. And positive beliefs are things like I am love, I am light, I am a creator, I'm good at math, I'm a great cook, I'm a good mom, I'm a good friend, I'm a good listener, anything positive that you can bring up within yourself. And I want you to really deep dive into all the positive aspects about yourself. And I want you to do these before you do the negative. And just put them in a list and a column in a row. And once you get them listed, everything you can think about, I want you to go over to your negative column and I want you to do the same thing. All the negative thoughts that you have about yourself, I want you to put down in this column. And I want you to be honest, and I don't want you to hide from your negative thoughts and your negative feelings. I want you to get them down on paper and get them put into this column, because we're going to use these as tools in our second lesson. So it's important that you be very honest and very open and in your heart when you're writing these answers into these columns. So all you will need to do this lesson is a quiet place and a pen and a piece of paper. That's all it's going to require.
I also want to let you guys know that we're doing it with you. So we'll go first and let you see exactly what our thought patterns are, where we're at, because we still go through these, and I still am in recovery, and it wasn't long ago that I got out. And it's not that I don't even face those challenges every single day, because that's the easy route. That's the escape route. The harder part is to actually sit with yourself and these emotions. So, and I've relapsed numerous times, and I'll be very honest and forthcoming and let you know exactly where I'm at and what's going on with me, because that's how we'll be able to deep dive and see into yourselves, and maybe that might help you in some way. So, and yours will also help me as well, because it'll help me keep forward on my path of strength and to choose that part of myself as well. So I just wanted to let you guys know that.
Yes, thank you for that, Sarah Jean. And so I'm going to share with you some of the examples, because in the workbook that I'm going to email you, you'll have a whole page and it gives you a description and a full outline of the homework overview. I couldn't think of that word for a minute. But so
I also placed in the chat some of some stuff inside of the chat box. Can you guys also place your email addresses in there and your phone number if you'd like us to reach out to you at any time as well? So all of my information is in there as well for you guys to reach out anytime. Okay.
Oh, thank you for that, Sarah Jean. Thank you so much. And will you collect those emails for me and send them to me, or I'll get with you and I'll get those down from you.
Yeah, of course.
So we can get those emails sent out, and we'll do our best to get you those emails by tomorrow afternoon so you can get started on your homework. But so I put an example in the workbook for you, and these are the thoughts and the feelings that I had about myself when I started diving into this program. So my example chart looked like this. On the negative side, I have I'm worthless, I'm hopeless, I'm stupid, I'm unlovable, I'm broken, and I'm ruined. And on the positive side, I have I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm respectful, I'm smart, and I'm funny. So these are examples that you can play off of and you can use to give yourself an ideal of how to work these two columns. And I also want to make a very important point here. And I want you guys to hear this point. I don't want you to worry if you have more negative than you have positive when you first do this exercise, because I had more negative than I had positive too. And when I first did this exercise, I beat myself up for 3 days after I did my negative column about how shitty of a person I really was, because my negatives outweighed my positives. And that is not the purpose of this exercise. The purpose of this exercise is to bring out the negative thoughts that you have about yourself so we can tell ourselves the truth about them and release them, not beat ourselves up with them or further use them to self-sabotage ourselves. So the next step in this exercise, when you're done with your 2 negative and positive columns, I want you to sit down and write a paragraph or 2 describing why you believe the positive and why you believe the negative about yourself. And in the workbook, you'll see the example. For me, it was my mom and my brother molested me, and my mom abandoned me, and my dad called me a liar. So this is the events that created the belief system that I was worthless, ruined, no good, unwanted, abandoned, and etc. So in this activity, just a paragraph, maybe 2 if you have to go into 2 paragraphs. I want you to keep it brief. I want you to keep it short and to the point. And there's a reason for that, because these exercises are meant for your healing, not meant for you to use as a self-sabotage tool. And I'm letting you know now that they can be used for that if you choose them to, because they are triggering exercises, and they're triggering on purpose, because I really want us to get this stuff up and I want to get it out so we can get free from it and find our truths. And because that's our road to freedom. That's your road, my road. It's the road I took to receive the freedom that I have today, to not have to have the thoughts to even want to use, to be able to recognize the self-sabotage. I'm not saying I've outgrown the self-sabotage, because I still have moments. Every human being does. It's a part of it's the part of existence in the universe between good and bad. So there's always going to be that negative, that opposite of love, that's trying to to trick you into those moments of self-sabotage. And there's always going to be the truth of love for you to use as your weapon. And you get to choose which one you allow to operate in your life. So it's a normal process for each of us to have negative thoughts, for every one of us to have those moments of triggers. And it's our responsibility to identify and be able to recognize those triggers and pull our tools up and use them as our resources. And until you fully get your tools ingrained in you, it's mine and Sarah Jean's honor to assist you in remembering these at any time you need, and to assist and give you the tools you need to break through the moments that you're struggling in. So the activity reinforcement, there'll be a reinforcement after each activity. And I ask that you remain in your heart space when you're doing your reinforcement activity. And the reinforcement activity is very simple. It's remembering that you are loved. So remember, doing these lessons can be somewhat uncomfortable. And I want to leave you with your truth to remember. This lesson is designed to identify the false labels and beliefs we have about ourselves, so we can tell ourselves the truth of who we are. You are none of the negative thoughts that you labeled yourself with today in this lesson. Your truth is you are now and always have been loved. And then at the end of each workbook page, I left an extra space for you to write any questions that you may have, or any notes that you want to go over in our next class. And this space will provide you the space to keep up with your questions. And as they come up, you can just jot them down in this space as you're working through these if you're not understanding something. And please feel free to, again, reach out to me or Sarah Jean if you get stuck during the middle of the week and you have a question about the exercise, because we will be happy to answer it for you and assist you to getting back onto your journey to discovering who you are. So that is our homework for this week. So I'm going to open it up to you guys if you have any questions about the homework while we're in class here now that I can clarify you, or if you have anything that you just want to ask me and Sarah Jean. If you have a question, or if you've got something coming up inside of you that you're wanting to ask either one of us, that's what this space is for. And as always, we will answer as honestly and truthfully and in love to provide you the space of safety.
Just wanted to clarify, Brenda, when are they supposed to have this ready to present by Friday?
No, each Monday, every Monday, the homework will be due. Every Monday. Friday will be our breakthrough meetings, and let me go ahead and describe those to you if there's no questions at this moment. And so what the breakthrough meetings on Friday will be is we're going to take the limiting beliefs that came up during the week's homework, and we're going to address them. We're going to tell them their truth, and we're going to release them so that you can grow into the truth of who you are. And releasing those limiting beliefs is the key to doing that. So our breakthrough classes will be a very intimate space. They'll be very safe, and you'll be guided into your heart to pull up these beliefs, like the one that I had, that I was worthless because I was molested. And we'll go through a breakthrough into that belief about the event and we'll release it. Because most of the time I've come to find that every limiting belief we formed about ourselves has came from an event that we've experienced or something that has been repeatedly said to us over and over throughout our childhood and can carry on into adulthood. So that is what the breakthrough space will be for. And I will go into on Friday in the breakthrough meeting what the 4 breakthrough processes are and how we use each one of them on Friday's first breakthrough meeting class. So now,
I also wanted to give just another resource for you guys. It's coming through right now, is that I do these energetic healing process. It's like an active healing meditations that I do, and I can give them to you for free. There's 4 of them that I could provide for you. And I get this done by my mentors, and this will be free for you guys to do. And they're incredible active healing meditations to release the stuck energy within metabolic systems to finally release the attachment of those feelings. They're incredible transmissions of energy and light. So I can only send them through Facebook because the files are too large. So if you'd like, send me a message through Facebook and I will send you those active healing meditations. I suggest, because I do them every single day, I suggest that you do one in the morning and one at night. They're 30 minutes or less, and they powerfully changed my life for direct experiences of my true form. And they are amazing. They'll change your life for the better. So I'll send that to you guys if you'd like through Facebook Messenger.
So what is your Facebook Messenger name?
Sarah Jean Lemmy.
So it's
Sarah
on
Jean
that
Lemmy.
chat.
Yeah, you could either here, I'll send it. I'll actually send you my direct link. Let me do that really quick and I'll send
Cool.
it to you.
Thank you. Sorry, I don't have my Facebook set up. I might have started to do it because I was trying not to miss last meeting, and then the timing's different here and whatnot.
yeah,
No
And
worries.
I'm
No,
trying to figure out, and I've been traveling. My sister's having a kid and just a lot. So I appreciate you guys so much.
I appreciate you choosing you, Christy, and for beginning the journey to remember the true power that you have within yourself and all the love that you truly are. And to me, that shows strength and it shows courage. And I'm with you on this journey, love.
Thank you.
You're not alone anymore. You're never going to be
Thank
alone
you.
again.
It's not easy, and I'm glad we're all here together to help support each other. And I'm connecting with people that understand the struggle and that want to overcome and that can overcome, that we are overcomers. So just be encouraged, and we're all in here to encourage one another. I love it. Thank you so very much. You're beautiful.
You're so very welcome. Thank you.
Inside and out, I so appreciate you all. Mhm.
We love blowing kisses here too, by the way.
I feel it. I'm blowing kisses to all of you.
I'm a
Big
kisser
birthday,
and a
big
hugger. I love that connection feeling, and so that is what I strive for within my spirit when I join you guys in a meeting, is to provide that virtual hug and that virtual space of love. And I hope that as I'm giving you your lessons and I'm assisting you in remembering, that you feel that love coming from inside of me for you, because you are the reason that I'm here. You are the purpose in my life, and that purpose is to give you the truth that freed me from the hell that I was in. So as I'm with you, I want you to know all the love that is pouring out of me and that is directed toward each and every one of you that join in these meetings. Whether I know you personally or don't know you, that love is still the same for each and every one of you. And I want to thank you for choosing you today, because it's the most important choice that you will ever make in your life. And as I told Christy, I am here with you every step of the way. You will never journey alone unless you choose to. And I'm going to go ahead and get this meeting closed up because we are 5 minutes to time. And I'm going to offer and ask if anybody has a closing prayer or an expression or any questions or comments that they would like to make, to go ahead and do that at this time, please.
Great. I'd always love to, if you'd like me to, Brenda. We are angels with invisible wings, and this is where you're going to take flight. This is where you're going to find those wings again and truly fly in your sovereignty and your love with the grace of God. And you're going to find out who you truly are and what you came here to do. We are a mess, and it's because of our shit that we actually get to grow and blossom into a beautiful flower. So blossom and spread those wings as far as you can, because it's your message. I love you all so very much. Mwah.
That was very beautiful. Thank you for that closing, Sarah. And let's all go through this week and remember that we have wings and that we can fly and we can soar in the power of love through anything that we face. And if we can't get through it on our own, we have a whole group, a whole community right here within these 5 people that will soar and will help you fly through it. I love you all so much. And if you need us, reach out. We're here for you again. And I will see you guys Friday at 6 p.m. and we'll meet in the same Zoom room, the same link, and I will get you messages sent out about an hour before the meeting to remind you. So stay strong, as Christy just said here in the chat. Remember that you are loved and that everything we experience, whether it's negative or positive, is just that. It's an experience and it's a journey that we get to travel through. I love you guys. Keep in touch, reach out, use your lifelines, which is your community right here, and love. Remember, love is your greatest weapon, and it's right here within you, because it's the whole creation that you are. You are created out of pure love. So you're never without it, even when you feel alone.
One request, if I may, please. 3, we all just get off of the speaker and say, "I love you," and then your own name.
Ooh,
Okay, so on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I love you,
I
Sarah.
love you, Brenda.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a beautiful way to end. I love it. Woo, victory.
That's right. Stay strong. I love y'all.
I love y'all.
Love you
See you
all.
again in a few
Many
days.
blessings.
You can do it. I can do it. We can do it. Let's do it. We're doing
We
it.
can do it. Woo! Because we're powerful creators.
That's right.
Yes,
We're
we
doing
are.
it.
Much
Thank you
love,
for those
guys. See you
links
soon.
too. I'm gonna do some meditation for our rest tonight. Thank you.
You're so
Yeah.
Thank you,
welcome.
all of y'all.
Love
Look
you
forward to
guys.
seeing us all grow. And either way, we know we got each other's backs and fronts, and I'm encouraging everybody to stay strong. I like the
Always
advice on
bother
taking
the
that
crap
time
out
to
of me.
rest.
Yes.
Bother the crap out of me. You do not bother me. You do not interrupt me. I want you to. Please. I'm
That's
here for you.
wonderful.
And you don't need to set up a time. Just call me anytime. My phone line is always open.
That's awesome.
I love you guys.
I love
Amen.
you
Well,
guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. Y'all can call me too.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Christy. Did you get all the info out of the chat, Sarah Jean?
I did. I did.
Awesome.
That was
Great, great.
beautiful.
Oh, let me
That was
stop this
beautiful.
recording.
That was so gorgeous.